So in the Dark Parts of Wisdom series with bird shit on my shoulder, one of the theories, and I don't want it to be true, so part of writing the book is to make it not true, because if we crystallize fluid intelligence or crystallize a picture of fluid intelligence, we're going to have a map we can jump through. And my suspicion is if you have the right kind of parenting, the right kind of nurture in someone's life, that's why parents need to be educated. I don't agree with parents being allowed to have children if they don't have college degrees. I think it should be Bachelor of Science. Well, okay, we have get rid of the arts programs, because how are they going to help the child to extend their development if necessary, or if the person's inherently very ahead IQ wise and physically? That physical physique is actually more important than what's up here. It just is on the mating market. But I digress. So I'm going to talk about, I don't want this to be true, but it is for the moment true, even though I didn't have people that were looking at it from outside of me and saying, you need to be interacting with people, not a computer. But the reason I'm good at identity, and in the world of public relations, kind of an innate, okay, let's create a brand, and let's go to an area, let's look around. And if you're like an alien, it's like, how do I explain this to the people on another planet? And that's what branding kind of is. Branding, if you take a logo, if you take a slogan, it's very childish. It's like it appeals to the Theta Hz. It appeals to the dream. Pahrump is paradise. Fortune is home, one lost thing. And you look around here, it's like this is the child in you. And so the reason I'm good at that, and okay, that's 25% of the whole pie, and the other 75% is I'm just really good at understanding people. And one of the things that people said about me is that, okay, this guy never comes into the office as a real estate agent, but everything he puts up on his real estate agent Facebook page is like he understands the office culture. And not for all brokerages is that necessary. You work for Compass, or you work for Coldwell Bank, or they don't care about that kind of stuff. I don't know. You know what? Because it's right there. But the truth is, if you go to the office, you make zero money if you go to the office. Don't go to the office, because they end up stuck in like this clique group of property managers that like being at the office, and they start screwing up your head. You get nothing done. You need to be out there meeting people that need their house sold or need to buy homes. Don't go to the office. The broker is just there to broker your transactions, and you want your piece of the pie. But for especially when I was working for brokerages that were based in Pahrump, yeah, I mean, it's like people want that local office, close-knit, we all work together and we're on the team for a reason, kind of. So it's like, he doesn't know my family, but I do all this research. I was kind of talking about an agent in the office. I probably kind of was and wasn't, because it's about a lot of people, and you could say it's about, but it really wasn't. And it's like it just creates this sense that he's a lot like Steve Carell, The Office, when they all these characters, some of them you love to hate, and you hate me and you love me, and all of it, So how is he so good at looking like he comes into the office every day, has conversations with us as part of this culture? I have to create that culture for Access Realty, for Nevada Realty. I had to create that culture, and I did, and I was integrated into it from the very beginning, so that people could have this warm, fuzzy family feeling. And that's what I gave people. Why was he so good at that? You go back to when I was in, elementary school and middle school and high school. This was when this thing called Facebook was coming out. And this might be, stuff that they've studied, not academically, but like CIA level, where slower people that would be excluded from certain things in the past became very good at, because they're slower and they can't really get a word in edgewise with faster. Yes, elite people are faster. They move faster, they talk faster, they think faster. But because we dream of being around them, because we like what they look like, beautiful women in headshots with degrees from Cal Polytechnic, all that kind of stuff. Because we like what we see, and we can't really communicate with them. We're always rehearsing to communicate with them. And so what ends up happening is we develop the identity, but because that identity is run, it's a genius identity that is run maybe 3 times or 4 times or 5 times slower than it's run on the higher IQ mind. And so because of all this rehearsal, even though we can never really interact with the real people, when we look at their headshot or we look at their Facebook, again, because people are putting up everything on Facebook, and the way that the social media gurus of the time were teaching it, things have really changed, and Facebook has died down because of the fact that they're doing all this censorship, and it's just not what it used to be. It's not the world it used to be in that era, but that's why we got good at it. And all it really gets us is the ability to make a website or a Facebook page or a brand, a personal brand that can be theirs, even though we'll never really end up marrying or being the one putting the ring on the finger that you see on the Compass website, where all these beautiful women got the ring on the finger. Everyone knows in real estate. We know it too. But so we may have to have virtual wives and children, which is why, once again, someone should have been telling me earlier. Someone should have been educated parent, educated godparent, or something like that. Maybe trying to get me talking, thinking, and moving faster, so that I was interacting not with the computer but with people.